Hey there, and welcome to another episode of the Visual Mind podcast, where we talk about all things business and mindset for artists. If you're listening to this podcast episode on YouTube, just know that there are no visuals in this video. It's just a podcast, and you can listen to the other episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So far, I haven't uploaded all the episodes to YouTube, but I might in the future. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you can use the comment section in case you have any questions. And if you're listening somewhere else, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Before I get started with this episode, I wanted to mention again that I offer coaching for artists, and the doors will close in less than a week. They will close on March 31st. And if you're listening to this episode in the future, check out my website to see if coaching is currently available. But as of now, I will close the doors on that day. And if you want to sign up later, that won't be possible right now. So if you want to be coached, if you want to take your art business to the next level, be quick, don't forget about it. And also, if you sign up for the coaching, I know that it's a big investment. You will not only get the Zoom sessions with me, you will also get recordings of all the sessions. So you can listen to them again and again, and you can download them so you can keep them forever. And it's often so helpful to listen to them again in the future because I know that from when I've been coached myself. And also you will get a workbook that goes along with all the sessions that's really gonna set you up for success in your business. And if you have any questions in between sessions, you can always reach out to me as well. So check out my coaching on my website, visualmindart.com/coaching. I will also link it in the show notes or in the description box, depending on where you're listening to this podcast. Now let's get started with this episode. Today, I wanted to talk about how I made the first $10,000 in my business. There are a lot of ways on how to earn money as an artist, but I'm just going to share with you how I did it. I dipped my toes into many different income streams, honestly, because I just wanted to try it out and because I had already in mind that I'd like to coach artists at some point. And so I wanted to try different methods just so I know what I'm talking about. So I didn't fully pursue all of the income streams that I tried, but I tried a bunch of them and a few earned me more money than others. And I'll just share with you how I did it, how I started out, and how I just made my first money with my art, because it's a big deal when your business starts to become profitable and starts to earn you an income. And so I'll share with you how I started out and how I made the first 10,000. So my main income stream at the beginning was Skillshare. I mean, the first dollar that I earned with my business was probably through YouTube Adsense, but that wasn't a lot of money in the beginning because my channel was still quite small. And I think that at the beginning I earned like $10 a month with it or something like that. So it wasn't as much money, it was very little, but I was already proud of making it. And then I started Skillshare courses, and that was my biggest income stream in the beginning. So far, I've made about $12,000 on Skillshare, I think. It's not my only income stream anymore, so I get money through different sources now. But that was my biggest income stream. And in the first year of really having a business and really earning money, I made about $1,000 on Skillshare each month. And that was only after I had already published a few classes or courses, I never know what to call them. And the first course that I made, I think I earned 230 euros or dollars, I'm not sure honestly, with the first course in the first month. So I just talked to all my friends and told them that they should use my referral link, and when someone uses your referral link you get $10. And also I told people to just watch the class whether they're interested or not, and I heavily promoted it everywhere. Also told people on Facebook groups and obviously on my YouTube channel as well, but it just wasn't that big back then. I'm not sure how many subscribers I had at the time, but it was for sure less than 10,000. I think it was probably more 3,000, something like that. So then I did my first Skillshare class, and that was the first biggest chunk of money that I earned, those $230. And I saw that there was potential in Skillshare, but then the next following months where I didn't publish a course, I didn't earn as much with it. It was only when I had multiple classes on the platform that it started to really make an income. And honestly, you can have as many classes as you want and not earn a lot of money with it. So make sure that the classes are good quality and that you have a way to promote it. Because the main reason that my Skillshare kind of took off and started to make me more of an income was because I had a YouTube video that blew up a little bit and promoted one of my courses. The video was about gouache painting, and the Skillshare course was about gouache as well. So it was really fitting, and a lot of people who saw the video signed up for the course. And that was the biggest spike where it really started, where my channel started to take off, and where it started to be so much more of an income. I mean, I was at maybe $200 a month with Skillshare, and then when that video blew up it reached $1,000 each month, and I've earned that pretty much consistently with just Skillshare. And now I'm a little below the 1,000 with Skillshare just because it's not my main priority anymore. And it's not the only thing that I promote, but it's still a good chunk of passive income, because even when I don't publish any courses, I still earn money with it. Even if I don't promote them, I still earn money with it. Every time I refer someone, I get $10. So it's a very good income source if you ask me. And obviously Skillshare keeps a lot of the income. And if you sell your own courses, you get much more money because nobody takes a percentage of that. But it's much harder to sell your own courses than to sell someone on having Skillshare, because Skillshare is pretty cheap. It's less than $10 a month, and a lot of people have already heard about it. They've been warmed up to that topic. A lot of people already have an account. So it's much easier to get people to watch your Skillshare class than to sell your own class. And I have a class that I sell in my online shop, but I don't promote it that much, and it took me quite a while to sell my own class because you have to set it up. You need some kind of online shop, you need a way to sell that class. And with Skillshare, everything's been done for you. You have a platform where people can follow you. So it has a lot of advantages for me, and what I thought was really good in the beginning, because you have this platform that's already established, and it's much easier if you have a small audience to get them over there. So this was my biggest chunk of income in the beginning. Now it changed a little bit. I earn a good amount with sponsorships now, but in the beginning I didn't have as many followers, and so it was not really a thing. You can't really earn that much money with sponsorships if you don't even have 10,000 subscribers. So you really have to reach quite high numbers in order to have sponsorships, and my channel is still too small for a lot of brands. They're looking for channels that are larger than 100,000 subscribers. So for quite a lot of brands, my channel is still considered small, but honestly, if you imagine 50,000 people, that's a lot of people. And I'm trying to never lose track of that. So I think I went on a tangent there, back to how I made money in the beginning. I think I pretty much wrapped up Skillshare. I did a few different courses on different topics. I started with sketchbooks because that was my main topic on my YouTube channel, and so that resonated with people. And then I went over to gouache because people are really interested in that right now. And so I have a bunch of courses around this. I also have some watercolor courses, and then I also did a course on how to grow a YouTube channel, and that one didn't do as well. I think I put my heart and soul into that course, and honestly I kind of regret that I put it on Skillshare because I'd much rather have sold it on my own for a bigger ticket price, because I think it's a very valuable course, and it's probably more valuable if you invest more money in it versus when you watch it for pretty cheap on Skillshare. So I kind of regret that I didn't put it on my own website, and now I think it's too late because Skillshare already has the rights for it. But what can you do? It's on there now. It's very valuable. If you ask me, I put a lot of the info that I know about growing a YouTube channel in there, and I still recommend it to a lot of people when they ask me for advice on how to grow a YouTube channel. So with all my upcoming mindset classes and business classes, those will probably sold on my own website. And then that leads me to another income stream that I have. I have an online shop. And quite honestly, if your online shop is not your main focus and you don't have high price ticket items, it's probably going to be really hard to make a living from it. I mean, there are people out there who make a living from online shops and sell stickers and cups and merch and all those things. A lot of artists do that, and I'm always blown away by the fact that they're able to make a living out of this, and I totally believe that it's possible and that they can do it. But it would not be possible for me to make an income just selling stickers, because I think it's a hassle to package up all the stuff that people order and to go to the post office all the time, and then you have to fill out those customs forms if the package is too big, and then you have to send it over, and there's a lot of things involved in selling physical items, and I couldn't do it. You have to really love it. You have to really love packing orders and sending people small little notes, and I think it's fun. I love it as a part of my business, but I couldn't do it in a bigger scale where I just solely did this and had this as my main income stream. So my online shop is not my main income stream. It's just a little bit on the side. I sell the stickers that I already have, and I sell my mindsets course, which is awesome because I don't have to send it out. It's just automatic. When someone buys it, they get the course and can watch it, and I don't have to think about shipping. And also my coaching also runs through my online shop. So they just buy it in my online shop, and then they get the coaching, obviously, which is a digital product or a service, however you want to call it, and not like stickers that I have to send out. And the main reason why I started to sell stickers on my online shop is because I had so many leftover stickers from my Patreon account, which was another income stream that I tried. I really wanted to make Patreon work. I was really committed to trying this, and I actually tried 2 times. The first time that I launched it, I didn't have anyone sign up. It was a big fail back then, at least that's what I told myself. So I waited for another year until I tried it again, tried new tactics, really did my research, and gave it my best shot, honestly, and really promoted it. And then it worked. I had people sign up, pledge to my Patreon. I'm still so grateful for those people because they were the first private people who paid money directly to me in order to support my business. And I'm so grateful for this and that I've tried that. And I had Patreon for a few months. I think in total I earned about 2,000, 1,000 to $2,000, something like that. It wasn't that much if you compare it to Skillshare, and it was a lot of work, so I didn't really think that I got the money for the time that I invested. It wasn't enough money that I got back, honestly, because Patreon was just a lot of work. I put so many rewards in there, and I know that creators always urge you to not have as many rewards and make it not take that much time away from your other business and the other things that you're doing. But I just wanted to give this a shot, give it my best, and really give a lot of rewards and make the experience for the patrons as awesome as I could. And so at the end of the day, it took a lot of time and brought me, in comparison, quite little money. But if you were to do Patreon as a main income stream, you'd have to really think about the time and the income in comparison, because Patreon also takes a cut. You have to pay taxes. So the money that you see on there, if a creator, for example, gets $1,500 a month, that's awesome. But there's no way they're gonna live off of that, because half of that, or at least 30%, depending on where you live, but it would be half of that where I live, goes into tax. So you have half of that. And then I don't know how much Patreon takes, but it's a good chunk of it. So a good percentage also goes to Patreon. Then a good percentage goes to PayPal or Payoneer, the platform that pays you out. I think that also takes a bit of the income. So there's a lot of expenses. And then if you sell stickers, you have to buy those stickers. You have to pay for shipping. So at the end of the day, if someone earns $1,500 on Patreon, there's a good chance that they only get 300 out of that, and or maybe a little bit more, but not that much. And so you really have to take into consideration how you do it. And I know creators who make $10,000 a month with Patreon. And then obviously it's possible to have this as your main income stream that supports you full time. So it is possible. It just wasn't something that I wanted to pursue long time, because at the time I already knew that I wanted to start coaching and I can't do everything at once. So I decided to take my Patreon down. I don't have it anymore. I'm very grateful for the experience, and now I love to share all the things that I've learned in there. Then another income stream that I have that's been pretty steady, but not that much, I think it's about $200 a month, is Google Adsense. That is when you watch a YouTube video of mine and you get an ad in front of the video and throughout the video, then I get some money from that. I don't get everything, but I get a part of it, and that's about $200 a month, depending on the month. In December, it was much more, because in December, the brands, they really want to invest and advertise, and then you get more because there's more adverts on your video. And so that has been a good income on the side as well. And another thing that has brought me money is affiliate marketing. That is when I put a link in my description box for a product and someone buys the product with the link, then I get a small commission. It's usually about 5%, so it's a small percentage, but it stacks up if a lot of people buy something. I know creators who make a full-on living just with affiliate marketing. They earn $10,000, $20,000 a month just with this. It's a bit harder, I have to say, in the art community, because there's the products are very cheap compared. If you buy a watercolor palette for $30, you get obviously way less commission than if you were to advertise a computer and someone bought it for $2,000. Then you would obviously get more. So creators in the more technical niches, they probably have an easier time to make money with affiliate marketing. For me, it's just a very small amount each month. I think it's less than $100 every month that I make with affiliate marketing, but it's also not a main priority on my channel. It's a good income stream that I do on the side, and just with my videos, if someone wants to buy a product, that helps my channel just a little bit. Something that I just started at the end of last year is sponsorships, and that's a good income stream if you have a following. I'm not going to say exact numbers because brands are very specific with that. They don't want others to know how much they paid you, but it's a very good amount. It's more than I make with Skillshare, and honestly, it depends. If it's just a small sponsorship, just a mention in a video, I have a rate of, no, I'm not gonna mention my rate. I thought I'd mention it, but I'm not gonna mention my rate because sometimes I have to haggle back and forth. So let's just say there's tools on the internet where you can look up your rate that you earn with one video. It's not an insane amount, but it's a good income stream if you have a bunch of sponsorships. So that's something that I did. I have a huge sponsorship coming up that you'll hear about soon-ish. It's going to be this year, and that made me a good amount of money. And so these are all my income streams that I had, I think, if I haven't missed anything. Now I'm branching out more into coaching, and I'm planning to make this a big part of my business. So I'll probably do the coaching and also Skillshare and make these two my main platforms, and also probably going to create more courses to sell on my shop. So probably business and mindset related courses for artists, and I'll sell them on my shop. And my big plan is to make a group coaching program for artists in the future, and it will be much cheaper than one-on-one coaching. But honestly, I need to do the one-on-one coaching first because that's how you get started at best. You really have to coach people first. So I don't know when I will start with the group coaching program, so please don't wait around for that. It might not happen, but I would love to do that. For now, I do one-on-one coaching, and I'm planning to make this a big part of my business, which is why I quit a lot of the other stuff and put it to the side intentionally. And I just dip my toes into different income streams, and everyone always tells you to diversify your income as a creator. And while I do agree on that, you should also pick your main income streams and be really aware of what they are. Because what I found in my business is that I like to hop from one thing to the next, and when something doesn't work immediately, I tend to jump on to the next thing. And I'm not sure if I already have a podcast episode about this, but I will probably do one at some point, why you hop from one thing to the next and never stick with something. I think it's very interesting, and I had that for a while in my business, but honestly, I'm done with hopping now. Now you get to hear me talk about coaching until the end of my days. I will sell this so often, and I don't know, I don't care how long it takes until this is successful. I'm committed to this now. And so this is where I'm currently at, and all the things that have made up my income as an artist. And to be fully transparent, I think I made about $13,000 in my art business last year. So last year was the first year that I really started to make an income, make this a priority. And at first, I just had my business was just about growing a community and growing my YouTube channel and my Instagram following. And last year, I really started to earn money and make this a priority. So, this is what I earned last year. And this year, I already almost have made that amount, and I need to make a lot of money in my business in order to go full time. I'm currently in transition to doing that, and so this is where I'm currently at, and it is possible to make an income with art. It's absolutely possible. It might sound a little bit complicated, but you can try different things. You can see what works for you and what doesn't. There's no shame in just spending a little time trying out different things. And I'm so grateful that I did that, that I didn't have the pressure to make this into a full-time thing right away, because I just learned so many things. And I have a full-time job right now. I'm a graphic designer that supports me that job. I mean, I'm financially able to leave now. Honestly, there's no shame in taking your time, and business is not an overnight thing. And honestly, I just spent the first year of my business just trying out how to upload YouTube videos, learning about that. And then the following years I just learned how to market, and I'm still learning how to do this, how to sell my things. And these are so many skills that you are learning when you have an art business. It's not just about painting, and it's okay if it takes a little bit of time, but it's possible. You can make an income with this. I did it. You can do it too. And we're all gonna be full-time artists sooner than we might think. And sooner that we might think that we're ready for it, we can do this. And if you are currently starting out with your business, you haven't made as much money yet as you want to, or you're stuck somewhere, I now offer coaching for artists. And if you want my 2 cents on your struggles and just someone who helps you, who's 2 steps ahead of you on the journey, or who can just relate to your struggles and point out all the areas in which you might be standing in your own way, then go ahead and invest in my coaching. Go to visualmindart.com/coaching. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think about it. If you have any ideas for future episodes, if you liked this, then give it a thumbs up if you're listening to YouTube, and give it a positive review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.